and welcome back to Warframe. So you, depending on when you're viewing this and the closeness relative to release, you might be asking yourself, why 2 videos in one day, Myth? Well, the simple answer to that is I recorded the Vox Solaris quest, which is way down the list of quests, because as it turns out, it is a prerequisite for the quest we're about to do, Once Awake. Unfortunately, it's also a prerequisite for the Howl of the Kubrow quest, which we already recorded, and I failed to mention and notice in the recording of that quest. So, but anyways, it was briefly mentioned what the requirements are. So you have to do the Mercury Junction. The Mercury Junction, of course, requires you to defeat the Jackal at Fusa. The Jackal is the planet boss for Venus. You have to complete 10 waves of defense on Tessera on Venus in a single mission. And you, as stated, have to complete the Vox Solaris quest. Hence why it was recorded today, and hence why we are about to now record Once Awake. So, some things to note before we pop it up, because I can't recall if there's any dialogue right off the bat. But the Once Awake quest released with update 15.4 in November 2014. So it was only a little under a month after the Archwing quest, which was one of our previous videos and would have otherwise been the most recent previous video. But prerequisites, as we discussed, is that junction. One thing to note, this quest is a prerequisite for the Patient Zero quest. Once we complete this quest, the rewards for doing it, other than, opening up, being able to do Patient Zero, are a Molten Impact mod and the Heat Sword blueprint. So, all of that said, let's get to it. No dialogue? No dialogue.
I've identified several vulnerable.
I'm sorry, everybody. You have to deal with a small addiction I have, which is scanning plants. I don't need the plant scans, but I'm absolutely obsessed with getting them. So that's something, bear with me, you'll have to deal with. Oh. I won't go out of my way entirely for scans.
Keep them away from
I didn't have the scanner out looking for something. That was just aim lag, FYI.
Dr. Tengus demands absolute secrecy.
My scans are not detecting any known biochemical agents. What are they doing down here? You're nearing the console. Trigger the alarms now, and they will start destroying the data.
Watch out for these. They'll set off the alarm. Sometimes those scanners are over this or over this, so be aware of that as well. The same applies to the opposite side. Sometimes they're over the top or the bottom. Going through those, as stated, will set off the alarm. So you don't want to do that. You get more experience for doing a stealth.
They won't even know it's gone.
Yeah, stealth extraction, so to speak. So that's one benefit, and also if you set off the alarms, you are then given a time limit in order to complete that hack.
Heavy unit approaching.
So, oh, it's the lower one. Give me your energy. Not that I need it. There it is. For the lowest. just getting more scans. Don't mind me. Damn it. Didn't want to fall down here. Not that it's anything big, but...
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now, the enemy will start destroying data.
So something to note in this vault. Sometimes there's scanner drones floating around. An old thing of this map was prior to parkour and bullet jumping, you had to hack these two consoles. Well, you didn't have to hack. There's an alternative route in, but if you're taking this main route, if you hack those, and still happens, if you hack those, they drop down trolleys, and you can just run across. But with bullet jump, you can just do that. So that's my recommendation. Just run straight there, hit it with the bullet jump, be done with it.
Excellent work.
I would like to note that normally, if I were running this on my own, I would do those two hacks, just because hacking is another strange addiction of mine.
What's going on?
But,
Stop the infested.
God damn it.
Forget the Tenno.
But only one addiction
This shouldn't be
per
possible.
quest.
Tenno, it is more important than ever that you finish your mission. We need to know what is going on here.
Do we? Do we really? What is going on here, Lotus? Tell me. Shortcut.
Or the Tenno.
The target console is nearby. If you trigger the alarms now,
So,
the enemy will start
these
destroying
vaults
data.
are exponentially easier with an invisible frame. I recommend, if you're not comfortable with vaults, using Ash or Loki. There are other options for invisibility, like Ivara, for example. You can use Wukong. He doesn't have a direct invisibility, but his cloud form is good for getting into vaults
Who let them
unnoticed.
out? Was it Tengus?
Was it
Tengus
Tengus?
did this. I know he did.
Fucking
Someone
Tengus.
released these creatures on purpose.
Oh, I wish
They
they'd
want
stop
them to
talking.
destroy you.
Okay, so while I was standing here waiting, so these things that I said, the scanners, they will activate alarms inside vaults. When you hit them, regardless of if it's in a vault or anywhere else, though, you'll take magnetic damage, as shown there, and magnetic damage will cause you to lose some of your energy. So be aware of that. I just wanted to show it off. Better show than tell.
There's a
Or-
heavy unit
yeah.
approaching.
But
Attack
just
us
keep
and
that in
we will
mind.
counter.
Oh, no. Surprise, you're dead. You might be wondering why there's a slight discrepancy in my missions done from the Vox Solaris quest, if you watched that. And that's because I ran some missions while I waited for the editor to post the Vox Solaris quest.
Tenno, we have an emergency situation developing. It's more infested. Get to the node I've marked on your navigation console.
In hindsight, I could have started recording this immediately, because, recording it on Twitch will have no effect to him posting the previous video on YouTube, since he's going to set this video for later in the evening. But, I don't mind. I enjoy playing Warframe, so doing a few extra quests in my spare time, that ain't shit. It's just something to do.
This Grineer ship tried to flee the infestation, but was quickly overrun. Exterminate everything on board before it reaches a more populated sector.
Everything?
Attack us and we will counter.
I could probably run through this mission and let Jin do all the work. Oh, big boom, Jin. Good job, buddy.
Come on.
Let's see. Boop. Wow, where's your aim, bud? There you go. But yeah, that would be fun. Maybe another time. But we're not here for that. We're here to show off the quest.
The
So
Premier may have thought they could toy around with the infested, but they are quickly learning how wrong they were.
yeah, those dumb bastards.
The infested died off with the Orkin. For hundreds of years, there was nothing. Now this. Where did the Grineer find these creatures?
Where indeed? Probably Eris, if I had to take a guess. Maybe Daniels. Probably Eris, though. Oh, hey guys. How you doing?
Broken their ranks and they are on the run. Another successful mission. Find extraction.
I mean, they don't really look like they're on the run, Lotus. Unless the run counts as running towards me. They're definitely doing a good bit of that.
There's a heavy unit approaching.
The heavy unit I just wiped off the face of existence? Or is there another? Nope. A few little extra goodies here at the end. Just to let the focus run its course. I absolutely do not need focus points at this point, but, you know, who passes up free goodies? And maybe at some point they'll add more stuff that I need focus points for. I mean, you can see right there, look. 16 mil, 16 mil, 13 mil, 9 mil. 9 mil's the low end of things. But, you know, get it while it's there, right? Couple seconds left, might as well. Ah, defend the bomb.
I must say, these infested are very worrisome.
They scare that very worrisome out of you, huh?
The Lotus would like you to install that mod as soon as...
Now!
Fucking Ordis. The contemplation, was me considering if I wanted to swap to Limbo for this. Limbo is absolutely the best defense frame in the game, but if memory serves, this defense point is massive. My Limbo bubble's big enough to cover it, but it's just got a big area, and you know, I could easily do it on any frame, I'm sure, but we're gonna just cheese this with Protea.
We are going to attempt to use a cascade bomb to destroy all traces of infested here. The bomb will take time to arm. Protect it until it's ready for detonation.
Wait, this is different. Okay, so underneath that big infested mass, usually that's not there, and this whole area is a thing you need to defend. And enemies will run up on it from all sides. There's multiple, like, walkways to it, like that opening there. But apparently it's just this tiny thing. Which, this is absurd. This is gonna be way too easy. But now that I think about it, it's probably a good idea I didn't bring Limbo, because if memory serves, my Limbo build is equated to a certain spoiler that we don't want to go into.
These creatures appear to be mindless monsters, but they know we're up to something, and they're trying to stop it.
Are they trying to stop it?
Lotus.
Cake mode. We can just run around in circles all day. Let Jin and the blades do their due diligence.
Let's go on the offensive.
So you will, on a pretty consistent basis, see me playing Protea Prime here. If you've watched my previous quest videos, you've already probably come to that conclusion. And that's because she is my current favorite. So, it used to be Ash, and I still have a lot of love for Ash. Awesome frame. There are very few frames that I don't speak good of, and I'll keep my opinions on those ones to myself. But just for the fact of, like, why start some dumb shit over something as silly as frame preference?
It's our only chance to stop this gorge before it starts.
For the Tenno.
But yeah, I love Protes. I have, in case you do this in the future, you, if you're new to the game and doing this when you first get access to it, it's going to be harder than I'm making it appear. But you have to remember that I have 10 plus years playing this game. So I've had a lot of time to create amazing builds that let me be super lazy and walk all over this game. So just keep that in mind. Don't lose hope if you have more trouble than, you know, this video makes it out like it's going to be. You'll get there. You know, it's not something that happens overnight with this game. You know, building amazing frames and amazing sentinels, weapons, all that stuff, it takes time. You're gonna, you know, but if you put in the time and effort, someday, you know, you'll be able to have really awesome frames too. Like, just don't give up. Don't feel discouraged because you're not, you know, at this level on day one. You know, everybody starts somewhere. I wasn't always like this. When I first started playing, there were people that had already been playing.
Armed. You just have to hold out a little bit longer.
When I first started playing, there were already people that had been playing this for, you know, a bit of time before I started. And watching them handle stuff was the same as it might feel watching me, where it's just like, oh man, I can't wait to be that powerful. Oh wow. And now, looking back on it, like, they were pretty new to the game too. And they just had, like, you know, a handful of months up on me. And looking at where they were then is kind of like, oh wow, that's really not as impressive as I thought. Just because of how far, you know, I've come. So again, as I've stressed multiple times already, and as I'll continue to stress, just keep at it. You'll get there. And once you get there, you will feel as bored with defense missions as I am. You know, maybe I should start bringing, like, unranked, fresh out of the box frames on quests like this. Just build a new one specifically to run the quest to be like, oh wow, this is what it's like. But even that would be kind of askewed because of the mods I have.
I'm extracting you now. Good job, Tenno.
Oh, yeah, good job indeed. Pat myself on the back. Good job, me. Go me. Hey, let me exit out. Oh, countdown. Oh! I forgot that was the last mission in the quest. So, there you have it, everybody. That was the Once Awake quest. As I said, it's probably going to be harder for you if you're doing this, you know, for your first time legitimately instead of replaying it. But keep at it, you'll get there. So, if you watched this video, thank you for watching. If you skimmed this video, thank you for skimming. If somehow you're just hearing this through some psychic ability, congratulations on being psychic. Thank you for psychicking in. But As usual, thank you all for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.